Hey everybody, it's Paul here. I have a radio for y'all. It's from Pioneer. It's the DEH-X3700S. This radio prices around $139 or so. Has a 1-year warranty. It's got a 5-band equalizer, over 210,000 colors of illumination. And I thought the colors of the rainbow was all there was, but apparently there's a lot more colors. It's got USB, aux input, Pandora, iPhone, and Android controls. So anyway, let's open up the box and see what's on the inside before we go any further. Okay, open up the box here, flaps. See, the first thing I see is got some CD keys and installation screws. It's got a remote control and power wiring harness. This is what powers it up and gives you speaker outputs for all your speakers. Let's see what else we got. We got the installation manual. And looks like we got the warranty card. Probably wouldn't hurt to read that, for the warranty of it. So we can pull this out. Look in here. Nothing else in the box. Take the packaging styrofoam off and get it out of the bag. And it looks like it's got little covers to protect the covers while being shipped. I'm going to peel those off. And this right here, this is like for people who want to put it on display, like a store or something like that. That way, customers can kind of quickly read what the radio has. Anyway, there's the radio. Let's get it mounted up. We'll see what's back here, and then we'll turn around, power it up, and we'll see here and there and all over here. All right, we got it all backed up here to the back so you can see the back. Anyway, as usual, I'll start from this side and work my way to the right. This right here is the antenna. As I try to say in most all the videos, if your vehicle is pretty new, you might need an adapter for the antenna so you can catch FM stations. This little round port right here, this is for the optional SiriusXM module. And what it does is, once you plug it in, you just subscribe, you can have a SiriusXM almost commercial free. Screwdriver. Sorry about that. Anyway, here's the power plug with a 10-amp fuse. Over on the other side of this heat sink, we got a wired remote input, and that is for if you have steering wheel controls on your steering wheel for the radio. You can purchase an optional module during installation and have it installed. That way you can still control the new radio from your steering wheel, and just like you did with your factory radio. Over here we got your front and rear / subwoofer pre-outs. And when I mean rear / subwoofer, it means you can go into the settings and switch between subwoofer or rear pre-outs in here, and that way you can have two channel amps, a bass amp, a 2-channel, 4-channel amp, something like that. And this is being switchable for you can have subwoofer outputs, which gives you some subwoofer controls inside the radio. Anyway, that's the back of the radio. Let's go ahead and turn around, power it up, and we'll see what the front side looks like as usual. All right, we're gonna power it up. It's asking to do a setup, so we'll go ahead and go into the setup. And this is where you can change your time and stuff, and you can quit for yes. And now it just takes you to the basic demo screen, which we need to turn off, and we'll turn that off here in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the radio part. That way we at least have something on the screen here. Let's see here. We find a radio station. I actually have an antenna plugged in, so you can see what kind of display it has when you plugged in your antenna. I don't have any speakers hooked up, but it looks like Megan Trainor is singing a song, something about husband, on Q93 FM. Anyway, as first glance here, I have a glossy black, oops, change the volume there, a glossy black trim ring with a glossy or piano finish face. Got some lighting here and around the volume knob. The search button and the backup menu button is highlighted, and these are color changing as well. Here's the eject button for the CD. You press it, it'll eject the CD if it was in there, which will come out right here. Got Excuse me. Alright, so we got a mix tracks, we got SiriusXM logos with the Pioneer logo. Here's a door to open up to a illuminated USB port. And then we have the aux input right here. And we also have the preset buttons as well as the display button, which cycles between frequency and clock and broadcast info. And here's the channel changing, track changing buttons here. This little button right here, if you can see it, this is actually the face eject button, so you can actually take the face off if you wanted to, or just leave it on. Sorry for the sniffing. Of course, like I said, we got the source, not source, the search button and the backup menu buttons. Here's the band button, which cycles between FM1, FM2, FM3, AM, and back to FM1 again. Here's the Mix Tracks button. And Mix Tracks, as usual, is a program that's free from Pioneer. You download it to your computer, and you put whatever songs you have on the front of the computer into the program. Select what kind of beat you want, and the program will mix together like a DJ all your songs together, and play like you're in a club while you're driving your car, and basically. And up here is the source button. Of course, the source cycles between whatever sources you have, and right now it's just aux and radio because that's the only thing I have, available. If I had something plugged in the USB or I had a CD in here, it would give me that. Or if I had the SiriusXM module plugged in, it would give me that as well. That's pretty much it for that outside part of it. Let's go ahead and go into the menus. And to do that, I believe you go into the volume button. There we go. Yeah, we got menus. And you can cycle through from function, audio, illumination, system, mix tracks, and back to function. And in function, I think because we're in radio, you get best station memory, localization off, seek, manual. It goes through each radio station one at a time, preset channels, and back and forth. So it'll sync manually through the stations, or it'll go through your presets. And I'm pressing the backup menu to go back out to the next previous menu function. So now I'm going to go to audio. Go into here, we got fader and balance. We all know what that is. EQ settings, we'll go into here. We got powerful, natural, vocal, custom 1, custom 2. And custom 1 and custom 2 are your own 5-band equalizer settings. And you can have 2 different ones set depending on, different songs sound different with different settings. So you can have 2 different settings for, that you can call up at any time. So right now we got 80 hertz, 250 hertz, 800, 2.5, and 8K, which is, tweeter. In the middle, we mids, and of course, bass at the end right there. And if you want to change this one, you press it again, and you go up to +6 and down to -6. So you got +6, -6 across the board, and you also have a little equalizer graph that you can kind of go by. If you want to change it, and it kind of tells you about where everything's at. Something like that. However you want to change it. And anyway, that's your EQ settings. And let's say you set your second one, just go to custom 2 and do the same thing, and just change it to whatever different one you want to save. And then back to flat, super bass, and powerful again. So I'm going to back out of that. The next one is loudness off. We got low, mids, and highs. So that really makes it even louder. Kind of gives you a lot, an amplifier sounding without an amplifier. See, back out of that. Let's see. Audio, loudness, subwoofer, normal or reverse. Usually just leave it on normal. I don't think I've ever had to put it on reverse, REV, or off. Or you can actually turn the subwoofer off. Like if you're in a school zone or neighborhood, you don't want the subwoofer playing, but you still want to listen to music, you can just turn it off from here. The next one is subwoofer control. This you can actually tell you the hertz For the subwoofer pre-outs, you can knock it down to from let's see, was it 50 to 200 hertz. I never really had to go over 80 hertz, but every box and car has different acoustics, so you may have to adjust it accordingly. And then you got your gains, and I think your dB going on right there. So we're back out of that. Next one is bass boost. You get a little extra oomph in the bass. You got +6 and 0. So you actually have a little extra, a little harder hitting bass. High pass filter settings. If you really want to get her and adjust settings, if you're a audiophile and like to play with stuff like that, this radio has it. You can either turn it off, or you got your hertz and dB settings for that as well. Then we get back to your fader. So that's all for the audio settings. Now we're going to go to illumination. We got color, dim settings, brightness, illumination effects on, color. Whatever. We're back around to color again. So anyway, we'll start on color. Key color, and key color is like everything that's a button from here to here, or display color, which is everything in the center, or both color. That's all one color. So let's say we'll do key color. We'll make it purple green, and display color we'll make it blue. Make it really back and forth there. And both colors, you can see this is blue and the green that I selected, and both color can be all the same color. Alright, and after that, that's back to that again. So next is dim setting. If the radio is too bright at night, so you can actually set times for the dimmer to activate and deactivate. So let's say if you at night, when the sun starts getting down, that's really when the radio gets the brightest. So you can actually, let's say, start it at 6 o'clock, dim the radio, and then, or let's say if you want to change it, let's say 8 o'clock, p.m. and then stop. Let's say you can have it, stopping at 6 in the morning or something like that, and it'll go back to normal. So that's pretty neat that you can actually use time to sync your dimming situation. And in manual, you go into here, you can actually let's see, where's that? Dim setting, manual. That's your selection. You either select the manual, sync illumination, or the clock. So whichever one of these three, that's what it's going to be. So if you're doing a leave it on sync clock, it'll stay there. And back out of that. And next setting is brightness. It's just like dimming. So you can actually give you 10 levels of dimming to make it the brightness that you want, and it'll stay that way all the time. Next is illumination effects on or off. That means all of the blinking and doing different things, you turn that off or on. And we're back to color. So that's all for illumination. The next is system. This is where you set the clock, which probably wouldn't hurt to go ahead and do that. Especially when you first turn the radio on, that's the first thing it asks for anyway. You can select 12 hours or 24 hours. And right now it's selected for 12 hours. Info display. We're going to deal. We got piano, level meter, source, radio. This is like different displays that you'll see on the radio. Let's say we'll do level meter. And when I get out of these menus, I'll show you what the level meter looks like, so I won't get lost on the stuff here. Aux on, aux off. Sounds like a movie. Demo off. Always go ahead and turn that sucker off, because it will mess with you when you stop messing with the radio. After 15 to 30 seconds, it will pretty much go back to doing its thing. So just make sure demo off is set for yes. Alright, and we're back out of that. Let's see, demo aux on, aux off clock, 12, 24. And that's it for that menu. And the next menu is mix tracks. So now this is where you can select a short or long or various lengths of playback from 1 minute to 3 minutes, or just off altogether. This tells the radio how long to play the song before it changes to the next song. And you get 3 minutes, 1 minute, or off. So it'll play for a minute, go to the next song, play for another minute, go to the next song. The next is flash area. If you want the key or display, or just the key to flash when it changes songs and doing different things. Kind of gives you like visuals to look at. Flash pattern, you can select sound levels, low pass filtering. It'll do it at certain times, not all the time. The next is display effects on or off. For the display. This is during mix tracks. And cut in effects off or on. Like I said, this is all during when it's going in between songs. It displays different effects on the screen. And we're back to short playback. Alright, we'll get out of this one and we'll go back to the radio. So there's nothing else in the menus. So I'm going to go ahead and back out to this regular radio. And we get a radio screen. And sometimes I want to check and see if you turn the radio off and you go into the menu, it gives you a second menu settings. Like initialization, SPO mode. This is where you can switch between rear and subwoofer preouts. So right now the rear is going to be subwoofer or rear. Just by turning the thing there. Well, let's say we'll leave it on subwoofer. The next is system reset. That's if you went there and you messed up and you can't figure out where it's at, just hit system reset and it'll knock the radio back to default. And that's it for that menu. Alright, that's pretty much for this radio. Anyway, we're back. That was the Pioneer DEH-X3700S. If you're looking for a decent radio, it's got SiriusXM Ready, and it's actually pretty easy to use. Seemingly a lot of features, and you're not really into Bluetooth or anything, then this might be the radio. It's only $139.95 or roundabout. 1 year warranty, and like I said, it looks real nice. It comes with a remote. It's real easy to use it, from what I can tell. Anyway, this is Paul. I appreciate y'all watching. Hit the like button, thumbs up, maybe make a comment down below. Hope y'all have a beautiful day, and please subscribe.